Hello students, I hope all of you are fit and fine. Today we are going to continue with the lesson force, work and energy. We'll be learning about concepts of force and work. So what is force? Force can be used to move a body. It can be used to stop a moving body. It can also be used to change the direction of a body. So there are a whole lot of things that force can do. Okay, so it can do many things. It can, if the body is in a rest position, then it can move a body. If it is already moving, then it can stop a body, or else it can also change the direction of the moving body. So talking about force, it can be used to push or pull something. What are the types of forces? There are different types of forces. Like there is a muscular force which is exerted by muscles of our body, that is called as a muscular force. So this is a muscular force which is exerted by muscles of our body. Then various tools use mechanical force to do work. Elastic force is used to move a catapult. This is just an example. Elastic force can be used to do many things. Then what is catapult? Do you have any idea? Maybe you might have heard it for the first time, or you might have heard it already. But let us see what is catapult. This is an interesting instrument which used to be uh, it was used in early days, especially during wartime. So this is a ballistic device used to launch a projectile a great distance without the aid of gunpowder or any other propellant that we use nowadays. Okay, so in those times, in early days, during when there were frequent wars between two regions, between two groups, okay, so there they used catapult. So this is a ballistic device used to launch a projectile, but this is entirely a manual device. Okay, we don't have any gunpowder, no propellants, so that is catapult. So the force by which earth pulls an object toward itself is called gravitational force. This is another kind of force. Okay, this is exerted by every object which has a mass. For example, earth. Whenever we throw something in upward direction, it falls down. That is because of gravitational force. A moving body slows down or stops on its own due to frictional force. This is yet another force, which is called as frictional force. So whenever you throw something, it tends to stop after some time. It slows down. Why it slows down? Because the ground surface exerts a frictional force. It opposes the motion, in other words. Not only that, not only ground surface, but also air. Okay, air also applies the opposite force onto a moving body. That is also called as air drag. Well, now comes the next concept, which is work. So what is work? When we use force on an object and the object moves through a distance, we say that work is done on an object. So whenever we apply force and if that object moves through a certain distance, then it is called as work. What if we try to push a wall? If it is strong enough and if it doesn't fall, it won't move from a place even an inch. Then that is not a work as per science. According to science, we are not doing any work if there is no change of position. So just now I gave you an example of a wall. If you try to push a wall, it won't move even an inch. So that is not a work as per science. Work done can be calculated by following formula. There should be certain relation to calculate because in science we need certain relations to measure something. So work is given by force into distance. So when you apply a force, if you know how much force you are applying and if you measure the distance through which body moves, then multiplying the two things will give you the work done. So this is how we calculate work. Well, that was today's topics. These are some questions that you might try out at home. The following diagram shows a man pushing a table. Name the Now the man is applying dash on the table. Okay, so though this is not a table, this is sort of trolley. Okay, but it is still, he is still applying something. Okay, what do we call it? Okay, then these are the options. You want to answer? Well, the answer is force. Force is a correct answer, so let me mark it for you. Okay, so force is a correct answer. Let us see next question. If Ravi is able to move the table through a distance, then dash is said to be done. If it moves through a distance, then what is that concept called? What is the term called? Well, the answer is work. If it is moving through a distance, then work is said to be done. So, work is a correct answer. Let us move on further. When we throw a ball into air, it falls back. The force responsible for this is muscular force, gravitational force, mechanical force, or none of this. You might have guessed it right. The answer is gravitational force. So let us mark it. One more question. What are the different types of forces? This you have to try out at home. Okay. There are a few more questions that are coming. What is formula for work? Okay. So you have to write a relation, mathematical relation for work done. I have already shown it. You will easily find out. Okay, so these were the two questions that you had to solve at home when you're self-studying. And well, that was all for today. Thanks for attending this session. I hope you enjoyed and learned few things. And see you in the next session with a few more topics from the chapter. Until then, take care. Bye bye.